Hey there, it's Kevin Kennedy, and welcome to episode number 14 of Fusion Fridays. By the end of this video, you'll be able to explode an assembly model in the Animation Workspace. For this video, I'll be using one of the sample files located in your data panel. To get started, click on the data panel icon in the upper left-hand corner and scroll down until you see the Samples section. Double-click on the Basic Training folder and scroll down until you see number 10-Animations. Double-click on the Animations folder, and then we'll double-click on the Animation Introduction file to open it up. Once open, you'll see that the sample file is read-only. We'll have to make a copy of it before we can do any work to it. To make a copy of the file, simply go to File, Save As, and then you can change the name or the location. And then hitting that blue Save button will create a copy of the file. At this point, you'll notice we're in the Model Workspace. We'll want to switch to the Animation Workspace, which lets us create animations of how a model should perform or be assembled. To switch to the Animation Workspace, simply click on the Workspace drop-down list in the upper left-hand corner and select Animation. Now that we're in the Animation Workspace, you'll see that we have a timeline below. The timeline is where we'll add or change the different actions of the animation. You'll also notice in the lower left-hand corner that it says Storyboard 1. You can think of each storyboard as a single animation. This gives you the ability to generate several different animations on unique timelines. To create a new storyboard, you can click on the plus sign just to the right of Storyboard 1. You'll notice in the Storyboard dialog box that you can select Clean or Start from End of Previous. The Clean option creates a new timeline with all the components in their home location, and the other option lets you create a timeline starting from the end of a previous storyboard, which can be handy if you want sequential animations. For now, I'll start with a clean timeline and then click OK. I'll want to rename each storyboard so I know what they're for. I'll double-click on the first one and name it Manual Explode. I can also right-click on a storyboard, which I'll do to the one that I just created, and I'll select Rename. For this one, I'll type out Auto Explode, as we're going to look at how to create two different types of animations. I'll make sure that I have the Auto Explode timeline selected below, as we're going to take a look at that option first. To start off, I'll select the Components folder in the Fusion 360 browser. Then I'll go to the Transform drop-down menu, and I'll select Auto Explode All Levels, which you'll see that you can also get to by hitting the keyboard shortcut letter U. I'll drag the End Playhead indicator to about 3 or 4 seconds, then I'll adjust the Explosion Scale slider above. I'll drag it to about 3/4 of the way, and I'll click the green check mark to confirm the Explode command. Now to play the animation, I can hit the spacebar or I can select the play button that is located in the middle just below the timeline. You'll see that the animation successfully runs and the utility knife model slowly explodes based on the auto explode feature, which essentially moves all the components away from each other. Now let's take a look at how to manually set up an exploded view of the model, which gives us a bit more control. I'll click on the Manual Explode storyboard in the lower left-hand corner to switch back to that animation timeline. Next, I'll drag the playhead back to the scratch zone, which is that area just to the left of the timeline. Now you can think of the scratch zone as the safe area, where you can set up your scene without capturing any actions in the timeline. For this animation, I want more of a top perspective, so I'll change the view to the top front right section of the view cube. And I'll zoom out a bit so the model is centered on the screen with plenty of room around it. This time, want to select Manually Explode from the Transform drop-down menu or with the keyboard shortcut letter E. I'll first have to move the playhead outside of the scratch zone. I'll select the grip component by selecting it directly in the model or in the Fusion 360 browser. Then, we'll first need to select the direction arrow that we want the component to go. I'll select the top arrow as I want this grip to move along the Y-axis when it explodes. Next, I'll select the left component and ensure that it's going to follow the X-axis. Then, I'll select the right component and make sure that it's going in the opposite direction. You'll notice that the blue direction arrows remain visible, letting you know which way each component will go. And they will remain active until you end the manual explode operation. Now, each arrow can also be modified by selecting a different axis or direction. Simply click on the arrow and you can choose a different direction. Next, I'll drag the explosion scale slider until I'm happy with the position of the components. I'll click the green check mark to confirm the changes. At this point, you can take the actions in the timeline and alter them individually. We can either extend or shorten the action by dragging the end, or we can slide them around to change the order in which they're animated. I'll select the full screen mode icon at the bottom and then hit the spacebar key to play the animation. Hopefully this gives you guys a quick overview of creating an exploded animation in the Animation Workspace. If you'd like me to cover more advanced features in the animation environment, then be sure to let me know by commenting below. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions at all about this tutorial or Fusion 360 questions in general, then be sure to comment them below. Hit that thumbs up icon if you learned something in this video, and click subscribe followed by that little bell icon to be notified of more Fusion 360 tutorials.